The board of the Nigerian Football Federation on Monday evening approved the recommendation of its Technical and Development Committee to appoint former ace winger Finidi George as head coach of the senior men's national football team, the Super Eagles. George, who spent 20 months as assistant to Jose Peseiro before the Portuguese voluntarily left the post following the accomplishment of the Africa Cup of Nations runners-up position at Côte d'Ivoire 2023, took charge of the squad in interim capacity during 2 friendly matches in Morocco last month.
Like I said, each game as it comes, we'll strategize and then see how we can win the game. The aim here is to win every game, and so far so good. It's been going well for us, so we'll continue that way.
The appointment of Finidi George as Super Eagles coach has finally put to rest the long wait for the announcement of a new substantive coach for the Super Eagles. Reports at the weekend indicated that while the NFF opted for Finidi, the sports minister backed the appointment of Finidi's teammate and former ex-international, Emmanuel Amunike. The rift of the ministry having its own candidate and the NFF having its own candidate was, however, resolved over the weekend, which puts Nigeria a step ahead of the situation in Cameroon, where the government appointed a coach. The football body led by Samuel Eto'o accused the government of appointing a substantive coach for the indomitable Lions of Cameroon without consulting the football body.
As you know, the federation deny Mark Brace because they are not even know. So that is the choice. Mark Brace is the choice of the minister.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because for our side, president now government
Sports Ministry decided to go ahead with the decision. They did not inform the Football Federation, and thus that caused a bit of rift because it appeared that the Sports Ministry had their own candidate to which the Sports Federation didn't sign on for. Okay, so basically what you're saying is that so the thing is the federation in Douala chose one person and the Federal Ministry of Sport, the Sports Ministry chose somebody else. They didn't recognize the person that the Football Federation selected, yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what's the situation now? What's the way forward for Indomitable Lions?
We don't know. Federation had decided to stay quiet now. And then we are waiting for the decision for Samuel Eto'o. Or is a problem or not.
Hey there, sports fans. Welcome to the Super Eagles Watch podcast powered by Hotspots, the official media partners of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And as you know, here on this show, we discuss everything that has to do with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And of course, we have a very big news to break into, but we'll come to that in a minute. Now, remember, you can be a part of this conversation on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, but most importantly, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is really important. A click for you goes a long way for us to show that you love the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. I have with me the icon, Tony Ibitoye, is very much with us in the studio, and we shall be breaking and dissecting everything that has to do with the Super Eagles. So, Tony, how are you? It's good to have you here on the show. Hope you're having a great time and you're ready to go.
Thank you. Let me start by re-echoing what you said. Please follow the YouTube channel of All Sports, follow our social media handles, follow and post your comments. We want to hear from you. Let's interact. Let's know exactly what you feel. You know, the last time we were on this show, we were praying and hoping that God, when we come back for this show, let that big announcement, let it have been made. Yes. And thankfully, the prayers have been answered. So now we move on to the next stage and all of that, and then see how it goes. But at last, thank God, that's been done. And we want to hear from people what they feel.
Okay, now, so the major concern for us now, I would say the major news, if you're wondering, like, what's he talking about? The news is, if you don't know already, is that Finidi George has been assigned as the new manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, with that comes many talking points, and we're going to break that down. I'm going to start off with the first question, which is basically about the fact that he's not the manager of the Super Eagles, but the question now is, how would how would he now get in shape to take care of the job, given the fact that he's a fifth member from the golden generation of the Nigerian national team from the USA 94 era, or the Nations Cup era in Tunisia 94, that is now the manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Okay. Not at all. It was rushed. It was rushed. So he didn't have enough time to get anybody to his side. So he just went there. It was only the goalkeeper coach that was a technical person around him. And he was able to eke out a win against Ghana. And then, of course, the loss to Mali. All right. But now the situation is different. Now is not interim. Now is the substantive coach of the Super Eagles. And I expect that it will be, when an indigenous coach is appointed, the Nigerian Football Federation picks his assistant coaches for him. It happened for Keshi, it happened for Siasia, it happened for Lise. So that's where you should start from now. There should be a balance. This man is now in charge. Give him some liberty to bring people that he can work with. And he needs a full complement of his backroom guys. His match reader, video analyst, the fitness coach, the goalkeeper coach. He has to bring his own guys around him, right? So, and then whatever balance there needs to be from the federation should happen, but he needs to be given that opportunity. Apart from his backroom staff, his remuneration is also very key.
Contracts.
Money. The last Super Eagles coaches that were indigenous coaches were being paid in Naira, understandably.
Why though?
They were because they are Nigerians and they are working in Nigeria.
They pay foreigners in
Because they are foreigners.
Okay.
All right. Although at some point there were discussions around paying those ones in Naira as well. But the last foreign coaches we had, one was $48,000. Let's wrap it up. Let's say 50. Another one was $70,000. How much are we going to be paying Finidi George? It shouldn't be anything less than 30-40 million naira a month.
All right, now let's talk about the style of play, which of course will come into conversation, talking about the fact that Finidi George won the UEFA Champions League in 1995. As a matter of fact, one of the few Nigerians to actually win it for the first time, and he had a great team of Lismanen, Kluivert, Rijnkaard, Seedorf. Even had Van der Sar, in goal, had Blind as well, or was managed by the legendary Louis van Gaal. So one would say that his style of play might be about, total football. But the question now is, how would he be able to approach this upcoming fixture, talking about the importance and the details of the contract and, of course, the backroom staff, how he can decide who will be his, assistants going forward?
I think it should cover the World Cup qualifiers.
Only?
I think it should cover... No, the World Cup qualifiers are ending late 2005. 2025, I beg your pardon. Yeah, at that time, the Nations Cup will have been over. All right? There could be short-term goals, but I think it shouldn't...
We still need to qualify for the Nations Cup as well.
We still need to qualify for the Nations Cup, yes. But I don't think the contract should be less than taking us to the Nations Cup and the qualifiers for the World Cup. And if he's able to qualify us for the World Cup, it should lead us to the World Cup. All right? So that should be, for me, we were listening to Tijani Babangida the other day, and he was saying an indigenous coach, we should give him a 3 years. He was advocating for 3 years contract. So our contract with Finidi should cover the Nations Cup, the World Cup qualifiers, and renewable after he qualifies for the World Cup to lead us to the World Cup in 2026. That, I think, sounds like a good deal.
We honestly hope that Finidi George can get the job done in taking us to the Nations Cup, but also, most importantly, qualify us for the World Cup in Canada, USA, and Mexico in 2026. Now, remember, guys, you can be a part of this conversation on social media: X, Facebook, Instagram. If you're wondering what X is, it's formerly known as Twitter. Let's know your thoughts. Finidi George now is a new manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and go one step further by putting on your notifications so that you would know when we upload an episode of our podcast. A big shout out to the Icon for being a part of our show today. I say this all the time. Be good, be safe, keep it going as a Super Eagles fan. It is bye from us and bye for now.